Namaskaram. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about some of the things that we did in 2021. I'm going to be offering a review of the milestones that we achieved for our trust and our initiatives. And I'll also be talking about some of the activities that we've planned for 2022. First, let's have a look at some of the things that we achieved as a trust. So 2021 has been very productive in terms of formalizing our trust. So far, we'd been running informally. We hadn't registered as a trust and we didn't have a bank account and we didn't have all the legal formalities done for us to receive donations and all that. So this year, we registered our trust. We got the licenses to receive donations and have tax benefits on them. And we also received the license to get donations and offer tax benefits to our donors. I'm not going to go over each of these milestones, but this should give you an idea as to all the individual things that we've done to make sure that we are running as a fully compliant organization. And as we were making progress on those things as a trust, we also made sure that we are making progress with Shuddhi Vidya, which is our only initiative at the moment, and we're focusing all our efforts on that. This has been the major chunk of our achievements in 2021. So we developed a custom platform called Vidya.io, which is an online portal where students can come and log in and access our course content and submit assignment works. And it was a platform that we designed after facing some frustrations with using Google Classroom in the previous year. So this is a custom built platform specifically for our needs, specifically designed to enforce some of the pedagogical experimental work that we are undertaking. And we started working on this in 22nd of March 2021. And it took us about 5 or 6 months to finally launch it. So on 1st September 2021, we launched it and it was available live on the internet. And our students were given invite codes to register on the platform. And they've been using the platform since then. And I have to say that it's been really successful in terms of how well it has worked out. We also had a competition earlier in 2021 called Budding Techie. So we announced the competition in January 2021 and the students were given until end of April to submit their work. So they basically had to build websites on their own and submit it as a project. The goal of the competition was to encourage them to express what they've learned throughout the course in a creative manner. And it was an open-ended project, so they could choose any topic to work on and go to whatever extent of complexity they were comfortable with. And the results were very impressive. There's going to be a link down in the description for you to have a look at some of the projects they've submitted and which of the projects won and some of the instructor comments on each of those projects. I encourage you to look at it because that is a testament to the success of our efforts in teaching web development to the kids. And the results have been very encouraging to us and we plan to continue conducting these annual competitions. There were some delays in distribution of prizes, but on 23rd of December 2021, we managed to distribute all of the prizes. And I want to show you some of the winners of the competition and also the prizes that they received. So this is P. Gopinath from the 7th Standard of Isha Vidya Dharmapuri. And he won the first prize for the competition, which was a MI smartwatch worth 2,500 rupees. And his project was a website that he built in documenting the IPL tournament of 2020. So his website showed a list of the teams and the winners of the tournament and a lot of little things that documented the tournament. And he had incorporated a lot of attractive features, and some of the things that he did were actually not even taught as part of the course. So which was also a criteria because we wanted them to go out and learn things on their own. So this was the first prize winner. The second prize was won by Turgeswaran of 8th Standard in Isha Vidya Sandigondapalayam in Coimbatore. He won a Boat Stone wireless Bluetooth speaker worth 2,000 rupees. And his website was also very, very impressive. It was basically showcasing some of the history of Tamil Nadu and some lesser known heritage of Tamil Nadu. A lot of the things that he had used in his website were also new, and as in they weren't taught as part of the course. And it was all put together in a really coherent fashion that showed that this person was not only learning something new, but also able to apply it in a novel context and express their creative abilities through the knowledge that they've gained through the course. So this was really impressive for me to see as an instructor because this is a high caliber project that a student had done just from a few months of learning a new skill. So it's very encouraging to see. The third prize was won by M. Pushya of 7th Standard in Isha Vidya, Sandigondapalayam in Coimbatore. He won an American Tourister backpack worth 1,000 rupees. And his website was actually very interesting. It was a website promoting his YouTube channel. So this kid was engaged with having his own YouTube channel. He'd been making videos about various things and he built a website in promoting that YouTube channel. What was noteworthy about this was that he actually learned something and applied it in a context that was beneficial for him in his personal life. So this was very interesting. This is the kind of thing that we expect education to be able to deliver. It's not just about like learning impressive things and scoring high marks in the exams or something like that. This is more about learning something and being able to use it in their personal life in ways that are constructive. So this project was impressive in that regard. And this kind of demonstrates why we need to look at education as a way to learn something that is immediately relevant in their personal lives, instead of having it on their resume and then having it be a requirement for them to do something else. If education is immediately relevant, it's very engaging for students. So this was quite impressive as well. We actually had several other projects that were submitted, which were also very good, but obviously we didn't have the resources to incentivize everybody. So what we ended up doing was we gave each of the participants of the competition a participation prize, which was a t-shirt. So this is the t-shirt that they were given. And all of these prizes and the t-shirts were sponsored by the schools that were participating. So even though we conducted the competition and we conducted the course and also organized the selection of the prize winners, the prizes were sponsored by Isha Vidya. And we're actually deeply grateful for Isha Vidya's involvement in partnering with us so far, because back in 2020, we actually had partnerships with other schools that ended up backing out because of the COVID emergency. And Isha Vidya was the only partner that stuck with us through the agreement that we had made previously. And we've been having a really fruitful partnership, and we've benefited greatly from their proactive involvement. So really kudos to their administrators and the teachers and the students for giving their fullest with their involvement with us. Now let's look at some statistics from 2021. We had a total of 3 volunteers. We received one-time donations worth 36,247 rupees. We ended up spending about 57,244 rupees and 98 paise. Most of these went towards the registration processes, and there wasn't much of travel as part of the initiatives. So we had a net expenditure of about 57,244 rupees and 98 paise. So you can see that there's a significant gap between the donations that we've received and net expenditure. Much of the expenditures that we incurred were paid off from my personal savings, and our current position is such that I'm actually putting in money to make this work in return for no profits, basically. So that is the situation that we're in right now, and this is expected because we're still a very early non-profit startup, and we have to demonstrate our potential for us to be able to attract well-wishers and donors to participate with us through their donations and support. And I'm actually very grateful for all of those who supported us with their donations, even at this early stage, because it demonstrates a certain amount of faith that they've placed in us, which is something that we are very grateful for. Now, this is just a very high-level summary of the statistics. We actually have a much more detailed breakdown of all of the expenditure and the donations. So let me just quickly show you the breakdown of all of the expenditure and the donations. And this is actually accessible to you via the link down in the description. You can actually come and see at what date, what particular amount was spent on what service, and we also have some additional remarks. So you can actually go ahead and click on any of these links here that show the invoice for that particular transaction. And this is something that we have been doing since the very beginning, to document each of our expenditure in a public way so that anybody can come and look at how we are spending our money in a completely transparent way. So this is something that you can come and look at on our blog. The links to that is also in the description below. You can also look at the volunteers that have been involved with us and to what capacity and during which periods. And you can see the list of donations that we've received at what periods, for what purposes. And we also track our vehicle log as in transportation. And we haven't had much happening in that regard this year. So this is all something that is available publicly through our blog and also in the description down below in this video. And this is something that we are committed to maintaining throughout our journey, because we want to be transparent in how we spend our money and how we receive our money. Now let's look at some of the things that we have planned for the year ahead. So this year we are going to be expanding the number of schools that partner with us. So we have to first look at all the schools that are available to us in the immediate vicinity. Because we are based in Chennai, we're going to be targeting some of the schools that are in Chennai. And we want to target different kinds of schools, not just a specific type of school. So we want to target some of the higher end private schools. And we also want to target some of the public schools, the government schools in Chennai. And we also want to target some private schools that are run for non-profit. So we want to target a wide range of economic and demographic backgrounds for the students that are in Chennai. So in a way, it's kind of an experiment because we want to see how different categories of students respond to the kind of things that we are teaching and the kind of methodology that we are using. And the eventual goal is to learn enough to replicate the expansion that we have conducted in Chennai to places throughout Tamil Nadu and also throughout India after that. The ultimate goal is to go global with Vidya.io and enable students from across the globe from different backgrounds experience the kind of education that we've been envisioning through Shuddhi Vidya. So one of the other goals for this year is to formalize the license structure for schools. Right now we've been doing it in a very informal way. We're just giving unlimited licenses to the schools that we are partnering with, but we want to restrict the number of students that are able to register from each school and also make sure that each of those licenses are being used effectively. And so far we've been hosting Vidya.io on free tiers of some hosting providers, and that is not really ideal. It's actually meant for testing purposes, but we've still been using that because of the crunch in terms of finances. But this year we want to invest in expanding the cloud infrastructure for Vidya.io so that more students can log in and simultaneously use it without facing significant lag and inconvenience that comes with limited infrastructure. One of the other goals that we have for this year is to conduct Budding Techie for the second year. And because the first year of the competition was so successful, we want to ensure that we are expanding the competition in terms of how engaging it is, and maybe if possible also increase the incentives and make it more attractive for the students. And the nice thing is that if we are able to conduct it in a much grander way this year, we can use it as a leverage to attract partnerships from other schools who may be interested in partnering with us. Last but not least, we also hope to seek some sizable donations and sponsors for our initiatives. Now that we have been able to get all the licenses necessary for us to receive donations properly, we can actually go and seek these corporate sponsorships and other entities that will be willing to make sizable donations and receive tax benefits as a result. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to show you some of the things that we've achieved in 2021 and also talk about some of the things that we have planned for 2022. Once again, you're free to have a look at the breakdown of our expenses and our donations via the link down below in the description. And you can also see a written version of this video on our blog. If you believe that the work that we're doing is impressive and deserves support and encouragement, please consider supporting us. You can support us through donations, or you can support us by volunteering with us. Or if you're not able to do either of those, you can also support us just by sharing with your friends what we do. So you can basically just share this video or just, talk to your friends or colleagues or relatives about what we're doing and just spread the word. You can find links to donations and support down below in the description. You can also find links to contact us, which you can use to communicate to us in case you have some suggestions or tips or feedback or anything else for that matter. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.